Good morning, everybody. Craig Cottle, Director of Nature Reliance School, getting some work done out at the cabin today. Got a little fire going in the background, which made me want to share some technology with you that well, quite frankly, you've probably never seen this before. And that's why we're here, to offer this type of service to you. So you'll notice that in a lot of hand drill fire making and bow drill fire making, for example, they'll have a handhold. For bow drill, they'll have a handhold. Sometimes you can use cordage with loops even on a handhold to help work the technique of hand drill fire making. So I want to introduce you a method that, quite frankly, you just don't see other survival instructors do this, and this again is why we're at your service, because this is the sort of thing we do. First off, you've heard of a spindle in a bow drill, and you'll have a longer spindle oftentimes with the hand drill. On this particular technology, these blue canisters that you can find in very specific islands of territory, typically in more urban settings. And if you look hard, sometimes they'll be blue like this. They have very organized shelving units similar to alternating or opposite leaf buds on a tree. The other part of this process is what's referred to as the handhold. And this is what the handhold looks like. Now, if you know how to find those islands of critical gear where you can find these sorts of fruits, you'll often find these handholds very nearby. Unfortunately, they're going to be housed in basically a housing unit, much like the shell of a nut protects the meat of a nut, like an acorn or a hickory nut or something of that nature. Here's a critical component. Once you find these two pieces of the fire making puzzle, they integrate incredibly well together. And that's all it really takes, okay? Once that is done, there's some critical components of this handhold that you may not be familiar with. You notice that there is an icon right here. One of them shows, think about this. I don't know if you've ever seen this before. This is simulating a lock. This is a lock that is actually locked. This is one that is unlocked. And if you're not familiar with it, you turn this little knob until it gets to the unlocked position. Once you have that, this is multi-use. You know, we talk about multi-use pieces of equipment in survival all the time. Are there pieces of equipment that have multi-use? Can a knife do this? Can a knife do that? Can cordage do this? Cordage do that? This little button right here is exactly that. Right, Tracker? Tracker's with me on this. Not only does it lock and unlock this particular handhold, but you'll notice when I depress it, you'll hear a sound. That is actual fuel that is coming from the inside of this housing, this nut housing for this fruit. So again, press slightly, you get a gas sound. And if you hit it again, and this again is that multi-use aspect of survival, you get a click and you get flame. See that flame? That's fantastic. Let go and it goes away. Fantastic. So this is a very primitive method, and again, most survival schools don't teach this. I don't understand why. But again, let me walk through the steps because this is difficult to understand. It'll come in a locked position, turn it to unlock, then depress the button till it clicks. Sometimes you have to do it multiple times. If you've ever done any sort of bow drill fire making, you'll know that it's rare that you're going to get bow drill fire making on that first boom, like crank it out and you get that coal and you blow it into flame. This is no different. Sometimes, sometimes it's just hard. Hold the button down. You can also use this secondary button. Watch this. This is fascinating. Hold that and it holds the button down for you and keeps it depressed. Now you can go light your tinder and you'll have a fire. Again, this is Craig Cottle, Director of Nature Reliance School. I don't understand. Other survival schools are not capable of this, so be glad you're watching us. Come on, join in. Let's learn together.